Welcome back then to the Belgrade Arena in this penultimate match in the main round. In Group 1, Denmark leading 18-11 at the break against Sweden in a match which, if they win it, they will join Serbia in the semi-finals in this same arena on Friday. And they've certainly done everything right in the first half. Great defending by them, well pulled together, very cohesive defense, good depth, good width as well. They're moving well together. Nielsen really doing a good job of marshalling all that in the center. But in attack, their back players who were lackluster in the preliminary stage are really finding their range. Hansen has scored 4 so far. Sunagor 2, Spelleberg 2. And when people do come out to them, the defenders, then they are passing the ball into the line. So change for the second half. You just saw briefly there, Thomas Mortensen, 28-year-old playmaker, plays his club handball for Flensburg in Germany. Will start the second half for Denmark, and so Sweden throw off. Both teams short-handed, remember. With a 2-minute suspension for Mikkel Hansen on the Danish side, and Johan Jakobsen for Sweden. Andersen. Gordo's gone in, he's got to come back out again, so is Andersen to try and give some help. Solid defending by Thomas Mortensen, giving nothing away there, and Sweden are back to full strength. Nielsen goes in on the line. It allows them to fill up the back line. Straight away they benefit. Short-handed Danish defence with holes in it. Nielsen shoots, but I think he's taken Landin's foot in the head just as he landed. He shoots, goes down, and there's Landin's foot comes down. Landin seems blissfully unconcerned about it. Doctor's called on just to have a quick check. We'll see it better from this angle. He takes the shot, goes down. Well, in fact, yes. Landin bringing his foot down, having tried to block it with his right leg, the shot, but instead only manages to get a foot on Nielsen. I believe the Swedes would boo to that extent the Danish team. It's some of the Macedonian fans, I think, may be arriving already for the next match, and Macedonia not happy about their defeat to Denmark in the opening match of the main round as they started their revival. Little handoff. Blocked, and I do suspect that's exactly what it is. The Macedonians have got behind Sweden. That should make it a bit more interesting in the second half. But I think the Danes are not too bothered. They won that amazing match against Macedonia despite the baying 7,000 fans leaning over the railings, almost gesturing at them from just a few meters away. Landing, saving Lazarov's shot with 4 seconds to go. The ball came out to Toft. Hansen picked up the ball from him and put it straight down the court for Hans Lindberg to score on the break. Penalty has been given. I suspect that's why the Macedonians aren't happy, having conceded defeat in the last seconds of a game that they led for most of the time. And then tries to stay focused. Had a good first half, 45% save rate so far. Stark contrast to Johan Sjöstrand, who was in for most of the first half for Sweden, with a 13% save rate only. So the penalty will be taken by Fredrik Petersen. And he scores. The two of them, of course, teammates at club level, both play for Bjerringbro. Landin, the goalkeeper for Denmark, and Petersen, Sweden's penalty taker. And maybe that helps. Practice together day in, day out. The Swede coming off the better this time. So 5 goals in it. Hansen. The back line you've got there, Spelleberg, Hansen and Mortensen. Huge experience. Into the wing instead, cuts out the back line, inside post. Beautifully done by Lars Christiansen, the Danish captain. Christiansen, a real legend, 39 years of age. He's been in the national team nearly 20 years and scored 1,475 goals for Denmark in 326. internationals inside the area when they picked up the loose ball, say the Slovenian referee. Sweden get possession back 3 minutes into the second half. We've already had 3 goals. So Christiansen starting the second half, staying in defence. You can see in the bottom of the picture number 9 for Denmark. Delightful character as well, but he's been there, he's done it all. 4 World Championships, 3 Europeans and the Olympics in Beijing. Say Barlanden, the ball's loose, they can pick it up. If they're quick now, they've got the extra players. The Swedes are taking a little time to get back, but Hansen lets the ball go back. Nielsen fouled as he tries to go through. He stays on the line for the moment. He'll need to substitute out. And as he goes off, in comes Spelleberg. Mogensen, well, he comes in instantly, opens up an opportunity on the wing for Sven Hansen, but he misses the shot. Sweden pick up the loose ball. Anderson. Oh, the Swedes aren't going to give up lightly on this one. There may be far less at stake for the Swedes, but they don't want to give away the bragging rights quite this easily to the Danes, even though victory would see their neighbours go into the semi-final from a very improbable 0-point starting position in the main round. Poor pass goes wide. It's a throw-in for Denmark. Cross pass taken away. Lars Christiansen just managed to compose himself enough to take a shot at Palika, but it's saved. Look at this, I bounce it, you bounce it, now he's got it. Did really well. The 39-year-old in the end couldn't get the second rebound. Saved by Landin, but it's going to be a free throw. And the 2 teams going at each other, hammer and tong here. Niklas Landing, the 23-year-old, 57 caps for Denmark. The other reserve keeper they've got here is Markus Cleverly. Just 5 caps. He plays his club handball in Poland for Vivek Kielce. Of course, the big legendary goalkeeper Kasper Hvidt retired from the Danish national team after the European Championships 2 years ago. Landin's been the #1 since then. Say by Landin. Mogensen looks for options. Hansen back again. Mogensen teases the defence. It's been played at a cracking pace. Well, the defender suddenly seemed to relax, and Spelleberg went straight for it. Nielsen catches his arm from behind. Afraid the Swedish fans going a little bit quiet here as their team has lost the initiative. 5.5 minutes played in the second half. So not only just lost the initiative, they lost it midway through the first half in reality. Toft goes back in on the line. Hansen. Mogensen, oh, that's going to be a 2-minute suspension. Holding around the neck. Clumsy foul. And so off goes Jonas Laholm. Plays his handball in Denmark for Aalborg, ironically. Look at that, straight around the neck. To Mogensen's credit that he didn't throw himself on the floor with all the antics that go with it. He just plowed on through. Eggert. As soon as Palika started jumping, he was going to struggle. Straight between arm and leg. So hasn't missed a penalty yet, Eggert. Brings up the 20 for Denmark, and it's Eggert's 6th goal. Anderson across. Short-handed Sweden, now they've got to work extra hard. They've taken out effectively the left wing. They're playing 3 across the back. And Jakobsen on the right. Jakobsen, who in reality more of a back player. Free throw again. Passive plays being won. Oh, what a cracking shot. Anderson. 4th goal for him, and Landing left absolutely stranded by the sheer power of that shot and the accuracy. Right up in the top corner, beautifully taken. Straight into the top corner, beautifully done. Sven Hansen. To the wing quickly. dummies the shot initially, and when he does take it, it goes to the far side. So 4th goal for him, and a comfortable 7-goal lead still for the Danes. A few more seconds before Sweden are back to full strength. Dalibor Dorda is in the centre now, also plays in Germany, but for Minden. Lars Christiansen a little too lax with the defending. Throw off taken instantly, and we've got a 2-minute suspension for Anderson, left stranded trying to mark Mortensen on the return. So there is Mortensen, and there's the shove, rather crude by Anderson. So they've only just got back to full strength again, and now Anderson is off. The handoff, not particularly great one. Free throw again. Given away by the defence specialist Mats Christiansen. 5-year-old who plays for Tvis Holstebro. The Danish fans, well, they're in 7th heaven right now if this stays this way. Mission impossible. It's become mission impossible for them right now. In fact, mission very likely. Jakobsen into the line. Well, Landon already come out. Delay it if you're going to do it otherwise, but left stranded. Not very much do anymore. Second goal in quick succession for Dorda. They're closing the gap slightly. 6 goals in it now. Hansen into the wing. Sweden still short-handed, but the Danes not stretching them enough. They've got to play it wide. They're just across the back at the moment, trying to batter the door down. Rather weak shot by Mortensen. The defence took the sting out of it. Lundström cuts back inside and scores. And this power play is not working out as the Danes imagined it at all. It's the Swedes who are taking advantage. Unimaginative play in attack by the Danes. Søndergaard got back, but he was going so fast he couldn't check himself as Lundström just cut back inside. Into the wing again, but still they can't do anything. Sweden nearly back at full strength. And Denmark will have failed to score on this power play. Oh, unlucky for the keeper. Palika got across, it came off the post, hit him in the back, and goes back in again. Brute strength in the end, since they couldn't break down the defence. Søndergaard. And Bielbeck celebrates, a little bit of relief, getting the goal scoring going again. Third goal for Søndergaard. Anderson, here comes, yes. Well, you can't let him go in so easily. Dalibor Dorda went in on the line to put the block on, and Anderson uses the space beautifully. 5th goal for him. Mats Christiansen comes off. So for Denmark, René Toft Hansen, the older of the two brothers, marginally more experienced at international level, 38 caps, 69 goals, compared to Henrik Toft Hansen's 17 caps, 48 goals. Hansen being well marked. As soon as he comes around, Anderson goes through. That's going to be a free throw. Spelleberg coming back into the frame. Played an amazing 4 World Championships and 3 Europeans at Spelleberg. 185 caps. It's his playmaking ability more than his scoring, I think, that are really impressive. Beautiful. Palika edged out, and Lars Christiansen just puts it on the inside post. Lars Christiansen, who played many years for Flensburg, he's a real idol there. German club in the Bundesliga, right up on the German-Danish border. Quite literally, you walk out to the northern end of the city and you're in Denmark. We've got quite a few Danish and also, for that matter, Swedish players there. Andersen tries to get away, closely marked by Nielsen into the wing. Well saved by Landin this time. Andersen sucked everything in. Dorda pulled in a little bit further, but I'm afraid Ekberg's finishing. Tried to put it underneath Landin, but that's where he was inviting the shot. He then closed, brought his leg back down again and saved. 38% save rate. Going very well, and still then a 6-goal lead for Denmark. 12 minutes and 45 seconds. This second half. Into the wing, free throw. Well, Denmark won by just 2 goals in the World Championships last year. Admittedly, it was in Sweden. A lot of partisan support. Well saved by Palika. That's gone out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Denmark. Søndergaard. Hansen now in the centre for the moment, being individually marked by Lundstrøm. He pulls back to stay out of the way, not interfere too much. And now Andersen pushes up as well to try and put the backline under pressure. Look to steal the ball. Jeremy, friendly little word there for him and Søndergaard. Spelleberg. Oh! Great save by Palika, but Carlsen went round and just followed the line play all the way around, and Toft just cleared the way for him. Look at this. Could have driven the bus through there, and all he had to do was bounce it underneath his leg, or next to the standing leg, but instead he puts it high off a defender. That will be a throw-in from the corner for Sweden. Kasper Nielsen getting to it. Landin, you can see how tall he is, 2 meters tall. His head pretty much going past the crossbar. Well, 38% save rate for Landin, 23% for the combined efforts of Palika and Sjöstrand in the Swedish goal. Free throw. Landin stands by his post, makes a comfortable save. Palika is slowly pulling up the statistics though for the Swedes. It was 2 saves from 15 for Sjöstrand earlier, 5 from 16 so far now for Palika as Andersen hits back. 6th goal for him. Good block by Andreas Nielsen on the line once more. Spelleberg. Hansen's got the ball. Passive players being warned. They're going to get a free throw, but they may not have too long after it's taken before the referees expect them to take a shot. Lundstrøm wants to put them under more pressure. And you certainly can't blame how industriously Henrik Lundstrøm is working, the left winger for Sweden, number 4. He's everywhere in defence, and in attack he's up on every break. So is this one for Hansen? Here he is again, putting the pressure on Hansen. Here it comes. Oh, almost bowled around the defence. Søndergaard. Look at the low shooting action. Round the body of the defender. And that's his 4th goal. Without spectacular fireworks, but just ruthless efficiency, the Danes still continue to control this game. We're past the midway point now in the second half. And they've stolen the ball. Nielsen looks for some options. Nothing up court, so he decides instead to give it to Toft and take the ball up slowly. Dalibor Dorda waits to pick up Hansen and shadow him. It certainly has disrupted the build-up at the back for the Danes. Hansen looking to the bench. Gilbeck will tell him where he needs him to be. Toft comes out. If you want to screen, I can stand there, but he goes back again as if not interested. Into the wing, but blocked off a defender. Palika looks for some options. The Again, the Danes falling back in very quickly, but a phase 2 attack chance here maybe. Anderson all the way through, Landin saves, but it's a penalty, defending inside the area. And it's Lindberg who's just come on court, number 18 for Denmark, I think, stranded, and Lars Christiansen goes, well, if that's what you want, you can have it. Well, he wasn't inside the area, but the referee's going to need to catch his arm. So Landin tries to stay focused as Peterson steps up to take it, the 28-year-old, up against his club teammate here again. Beat him last time. But can Landin get the better this time? He can! Kills the ball, and look at that. Well, there'll be a bit of ribbing going on when they get back to their clubs next week. 1-1 between those two from the 7-meter line, honours even. Let's not forget that the winner of the European Championships qualifies by rights for the London 2012 Olympic Games. So an extra incentive there. Toft comes out to give a break to Hansen, sucks in the defence and instead moves the ball out to the wing for Lindberg to score. Nice move by Denmark. Not where the pressure was expected. The break is on now for Denmark. Back they come. Lindberg cuts back inside again. Kasper Nielsen closed down instantly by Anderson. Taken quickly, but in the end they have to slow the pace down. Kasper Nielsen being substituted, and back in comes Bo Spelleberg. And even Landin's come into the half to help. Søndergaard into the right back. Søndergaard, Spelleberg. And that's a penalty. Toft lifted almost away from the 6-meter line as he was about to take the shot. René Toft Hansen gets the ball, and Carlson just lifts him and throws him back. And so Denmark have a chance maybe for Eggert to step up. Oh yes, those disco nights seem like a distant memory right now, don't they? So change the goalkeeper. Mathias Andersen comes in, and he's up against his club teammate Eggert. And no luck there either, so at both ends, shooter and goalkeeper from the same club. It was Flensburg this time. And a smile from Eggert back to Mathias Andersen. So 3 goals without reply now in 5 minutes for the Danes. And again, possession goes back to the Danes. Kasper Nielsen, Hansen, Anderson coming in fast behind him. Saved. The ball's loose. Lindberg thought he'd got it. Dorder's got there first, though. So miss by Mads Christiansen. 10 minutes remaining in the game. Save. Nearly Ekdal's shot. Deflected downwards, but it goes through, landed in the end. Ekdal's first action of the second half. Trying to add a little bit of bite to the Swedish attack. So Spelleberg at left back. Still Hansen's being individually marked, stays back out of the way, and it is breaking down the opportunities and the crossovers that Denmark normally like to do. Spelleberg fumbles the ball. Søndergaard. Sweden have possession again. Palika. Back in comes Dalibor Dorder, the playmaker. Penalty. Oh yes, says the Slovenian referee. Let's have a look again. Ekdal goes through, and Søndergaard inside the area anyway. Ball probably not quite across the line. I'd say that is not completely across. So it's Lundström. And again it's saved, second penalty save by Landin. Danish keeper takes the plaudits from the crowd. 75% success rate on his penalties. Well, that's incorrect because he's actually saved 2 and they're showing 3 from 4. Good height, comes off a defender though, that'll be a throw in from the corner. Jakobsen looking focused in defence. Mogensen, Hansen, Lars Christiansen into the wing. Oh, from almost zero angle, the goalkeeper thought he'd done enough by just standing still, but somehow Lars Christiansen, the old wily fox, finds a way through. The 39-year-old dives in, and slight embarrassment there for Andreas Palika. But he really has lost absolutely none of his drive and commitment. He said before the games he just can't wait to get on court when he plays handball. Lives and breathes it. Looks for the line, that's lovely. Oh, save again by Landin. Nearly taken, is it? The ball's still loose, but picked up by Palika, and back it comes. Sweden on the break. Looks for the wing. Lundström into the gap, and again Landin. Unbeatable at the moment, the Danish keeper. Cheers from the Danish fans, the boos from the Macedonians. They don't forget easily, do they, the Macedonians? That last second goal. And ironically, the man who scored the goal is on court now, and he's right up close to where a lot of the Macedonians are sitting on the far side. Hans Lindberg plays for Hamburg in the German Bundesliga as well. Maybe a free throw. A tough challenge there by Tobias Karlsson. Senegal will know about that in the morning when his muscles have cooled down a bit. Mogensen into the wing, couldn't quite get it into the wing. Went over the back line instead, and back they come. Andersen across court. Ekdal, Andersen all the way through. And no heroics this time from Landin. Andersen scores, although he's still down. He's got up and meandered back in the end. 7th goal for Andersen. Discussion going on, I think, between Hansen and Henrik Toft Hansen on the line. Mogensen has shifted in again to the left back position as Hansen stays out of the way. That's an attacking foul. Toft running into the defender. Palika looks for quick options. Andersen phase 2 attack, which seems to be where the Swedes are having the best of the success, and that goes in. Well, he saves the theatrical ones, and then some of these simpler efforts just dribble in somehow. Karlsson scoring. First goal for Karlsson, defence specialist, as we enter the last 5 minutes of the game. Could be the last 5 minutes of Euro 2012 as well for Sweden. Their minds will be turning to qualification for the London Olympics next. That's an attacking foul. Mogensen running straight into the defence. Bounced inside. Nicely done by Jakobsen. We're with only Ekberg as a right winger on their list. The Swedes having to rely on a right back moving into the right wing. They lost 2 players in the run-up to this competition some while back. Oskar Kali in the right back, who's torn his cruciate ligament, 2nd time this year. Been an unlucky year for him. It's an attacking foul. And Jonas Kalman, the left winger who plays for Atletico Madrid, who's going to have to take a break from handball for a while. It's a heart operation. Wish him well, so. Andersen comes back and scores. It's a good run now by the Swedes. 8th goal for the Swedish right back. 4 goals in it. Again certainly don't want to start losing their nerve now. Haven't scored for about 4.5 minutes, but more to the point, they've conceded 4 goals in that time. Lars Christiansen. There's nothing the Macedonians would like more than to see Denmark lose here. And give their team an opportunity to sneak into the semi-final later on. Hansen, no mistake. The 5-minute lull, he scores, and we've also got a 2-minute suspension. Little dummy goes around, and I'm afraid that Andersson's got himself another 2-minute suspension, I believe, as we see Hansen run back. Up and down spell by him. And there is Kim Andersson behind that melee of coaches and taking an enforced break, and that might take the steam out of the Swedish revival. Hansen, who's not scored in the second half after his 4 goals in the first. That's just gone wide, and it's the goalkeeper's ball. Less than 3 minutes remaining. The rush in resuming here, and Lars Christiansen has taken a blow from Johan Jakobsen coming through. He checks to make sure that the Danish captain's okay. So 5-goal lead, 2.5 minutes to go, and a power play for another minute and 15 seconds. It forces the Swedes back into a 5-0 defence, and a bit of space now for Hansen and the entire back line, and Denmark bring on Rasmus Lauge for his first appearance of the game. Toft scores. Toft Hansen's second goal of the game, and it brings up 30 for the Danes, and although they will still be focused very much on finishing the last 2 minutes of this game, I think as soon as the whistle goes, the magnitude of what they've done will probably sink in, because they started rock bottom in this group. Landin saves again. Great game for the goalkeeper. But Denmark really started from an impossible position, 0 points on the clock, and they've won all 3 of their matches in the main round, while the other teams took points off each other. Germany, who, had they beaten the Danes, would have booked their ticket into the semi-final already on the second day of the main round. Instead, had to beat Poland today and lost by 1. Lauge. Bit of high holding there. Carlsen might get away with it given how late it is and given the position of the game. Lauge in to Toft. And then Toft again. And they're coming thick and fast now. This suspension proved costly, and a 4-goal run by the Swedes halted by now a 3-goal run by Denmark. And into the last minute we go, and a small band of Danish supporters will soon be able to start dancing and celebrating the night away here in Belgrade. Bit of showboating, trying a Kempe, doesn't work. For Dorda, he'll have to run back again as Denmark on the break. Lindberg off the post, nearly goes in off the back of Panika. Tries a low shot, and again Landin picks up the loose ball inside the area, say the referees, and it's Landin's ball to throw. And the steam's out of this game completely. Can I just clean the ball, he says. Come on, just throw it, it doesn't matter. I think even his teammates will say, look, Niklas, just play the ball. It's 22 seconds, right? We want to start celebrating. It's not going to change anything here. A 7-goal lead. Mixture of reactions. The Danes are celebrating, the Macedonians are booing. The last mathematical chance of their team going through to the semi-final gone here as Denmark take the last place, and it's all slow. And Hansen in the end. There it is, and the celebrations can start. Denmark have beaten Sweden 31-24 after Germany's mishap earlier. And Denmark, from bottom in the group, are in the semi-final. They join Serbia at the top of the group and can start the celebrations. Their stay in Belgrade will be extended. Many thought they should start packing their bags 4 days ago. Instead, they'll have to extend their stay, cancel the flights, and call the spectators and the fans to come out on force and help them on Friday in the semi-final. Masterfully dominated this match, Denmark, 31-24. Great defending, hit them quick on the break. The Swedish did put a bit of a spanner in the work with their marking of Hansen. It did break down the crossovers at the back and meant less fluidity in the attack for Denmark, but they still had the strength in depth to keep it going. But more to the point, the Swedes had trouble finding solutions to break down the defence anyway. And so the world silver medalists from last year have a chance to go one better here in Belgrade. Hang on, he didn't play today, he's not Danish. So Denmark can celebrate. For Sweden, Euro 2012 is over. They finished bottom of the group. They were one of the pre-tournament favourites as well after their 4th place last year at their home World Championships, but it's their neighbours Denmark who celebrate after a rather paltry start to the competition with a scraped win against Slovakia and 2 defeats against Serbia and Poland. The Danes are back, they've won all their main round matches. Landin gets man of the match for Denmark, 43% save rate. Those 7 metres, not quite right, he made 2 penalty saves in fact, so should be a little bit better. Kim Andersen gets player of the match for Sweden, MVP. 8 goals from 9 shots from the former Swedish national team captain, an 89% success rate. That's his award from Miguel Roca. But it's Denmark who are celebrating here tonight in Belgrade. They've come back from a long way. Germany had their fate in their own hands but threw it away, and this is how it all happened. And it's a 56% success rate on their attacks, the told in the end for Denmark, compared to Sweden's 44%. The field throws, 59% success rate to Denmark for 51 for Sweden, but Landin contributed to that. Lots of turnovers, but the game was played at a cracking pace. 3 and 2 fast breaks. Eggert was the best of the Danes with 7, but it's Andersen who top scored in the game with 8 for Sweden. And this is how the progression of the game went. Long gaps, I'm afraid, when the Swedes dried up, and that's what cost them in the end. Well, next up, it's going to be the big one for the local crowd. It's Serbia against Macedonia. The crowds will be streaming in and expect a huge atmosphere. This is where the shots came from for each of the teams, but it's going to be a fantastic last game here in Belgrade. Serbia, of course, already qualified for the semi-finals, but Denmark have also booked their ticket with that win over Sweden. They've now leapfrogged to 2nd place behind Serbia in the table. Disappointment, more than that, utter dejection for Germany, who miss out really by the slenderest of margins here. Poland in 4th place. Macedonia now no longer any opportunity to sneak into the semi-final, Denmark having booked that ticket. That next match then coming up, please stay with us, should be a cracker. Hope you can join us for that, but for now, thanks for watching this game, hope you enjoyed it. But from me, Paul Bray, until next time, goodbye.